more nuttiness in the NFL, though. The NFL came out with a thing. Now, this is a mandate for jersey swaps. Players must inform teams of their decision to participate in a jersey swap via some form of communication with his team's equipment manager, who will then collect the jerseys in question and clean them before the exchange. No on-field exchanges will be allowed. Violators subject to discipline. And the NFL is teaming with Tide, who will cover the cost of the replacement jersey per player, all washed first and exchanged by mail.
I do admire them for finding a sponsor for this little gimmick.
Yeah.
They got Tide on board real fast.
This is ridiculous. I think we could all agree. This is similar to the NBA's edict when they were setting up the bubble and saying they can play ping pong, but they can't play 2-on-2 ping pong. They must keep 6 feet between them. Keep in mind, they're running at each other, spit, sweat, blood, otherwise for 60 minutes, but they can't exchange jerseys. Dave, what do we think of this?
I do not need to see these guys getting along after the game. That's not what we want. We watch it as fans. We already delude ourselves as grown-ups who watch football, and we delude ourselves to think that these guys care about our hometown as much as we do, and I don't need it to be to have that vibe to it. We need a little WWE. We need a little pro wrestling to it. Yeah, Hacksaw Jim Duggan and the Iron Sheik maybe did drive around smoking joints after their match, but they didn't do it out in the middle of the ring. They had the good sense to do it in their car, away from our eyeballs. You see?
Well, that's just such an endearing old man take, Dave. Like that's a get off my lawn.
That's right.
Situation, because I admire your conviction there that you want to pretend that these players are sworn enemies. I always like when they are friends after the game. I feel it to me feels like they're pulling back a curtain a little bit. It's sort of like a behind the scenes situation. And the jersey thing in terms of COVID, though, is interesting because I do think that you have to make a show of at least having the hygiene there. Be like, I'm not going to give you like a COVID jersey. I'm not going to let you take this home to your family. You know what I mean? So
I see.
And I do think that it's better than not letting them do it at all, even though Dave doesn't think so.
Well, first of all, they're sending it through the mail. The mail is so unreliable these days. At some point, they must just keep your jersey. I'm not getting my equipment manager to FedEx this to you. But I don't see it going that far, right?
I wonder if the latest news on Odell Beckham will impact how many foes will approach him post game to get his jersey.